Hello.
Hi, hello, is this Ron?
Yes, it is.
Hey Ron, this is Tommy Bryson. Call can be recorded, potentially uploaded. How can I help?
Yeah. So I have one question for you. So
Okay.
I I also have SoFi money, the
All right.
same account that
Awesome.
you got. So I have over 20,515 and
Sheesh.
on that account. Yeah. So I have student loan debt, which is $13,127.44, right?
Okay.
So the issue is I have a inaccurate information on my TransUnion credit report. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
collection account that's not mine, a debt that is not mine.
Okay.
And when I disputed with the credit bureau, TransUnion, they refused to remove it. So my question to you is,
What's your credit
should
score?
I um shit hold on. Let me look at that right now. From FICO score or Credit Karma?
Credit Karma is fine.
Okay, I'm logging on that thing right now. For TransUnion is 622,
Mm-hmm.
and for Equifax is like 705.
Okay. All right. So here's what it sounds like. Okay. Are you asking me if you should pay your debts or not?
I want to pay my debt like now, but the issue is I have this collection account that's not mine. So my
What does it
question
have
to
to
you
do
is,
with your debt?
oh, I'm about to get to that right now.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, should I, go ahead and sue TransUnion, right? To get
Yeah.
the settlement or whatever, and then pay off the student loan debt, or should I just pay the student loan debt now?
Has nothing to do with your debt. Did you notice?
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but if I spend this money now, I
You
won't have enough money
shouldn't.
for attorney fees.
No. Here's
That's
what
the
I would do,
thing.
right? First of all you want from TransUnion is for them to basically take this out of your report, right? If you really didn't
Right.
borrow this money, then all you want to be is basically be able to prove to them, hey, I didn't do this, you know? And I 100% guarantee that basically what they want is to help you, right? They're not out there trying to get you or anything like that. The thing is, when you have a large company, you have a lot of different customer agents. So when you try with somebody, they might give you like the runaround. They might not believe you. They might not trust you or any of this stuff, right? And that might be a problem.
hmm
By the way, the collections account, what is it about?
I was one of those victims that. You heard about the Equifax data breach?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was one of those victims.
So what did they get?
So, I had to have my social security number changed because of that. So what happened was it was a data
Yeah,
breach,
proof of that?
and yeah, I do.
Okay,
They
great.
they still refuse to remove it. I made a complaint to the New York State Attorney General's office. I'm still waiting on their response because I've
Okay.
been disputing this for like 4 to 6 months.
But what is the collections on?
You're talking about the amount?
No. Like what, like, it shows you in collections, like what they bought and everything, right? What's the debt on? Like who did you owe money to?
Portfolio recovery.
Portfolio recovery? No. That's just the
Yeah, that's
collections
what they call.
company.
Oh
You don't even know what the debt was about.
no, I don't know who that company.
Did you call the collections company?
I did,
And what did they
and
say?
they said it was from a credit card, but I never used that credit card. It was from a Capital One bank account. I never had that. Never.
And what does
The
Capital One
only
say?
um
Did you call them?
they yeah, yes I did. I sent them certified letter. So they said that I opened an account back in 2017, and I never opened an account back in 2017. I was actually in California at that time in school for college.
So the account that you opened back in 2017, how much is the collections amount for?
it is $2,204.
Okay. And that was back in 2017. So that was 4 years ago.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? Because it should be pretty common sense here. If somebody opened up a credit card with your name, they need a few things: your social security and some basic information, maybe like your address and so on, right? And they probably had all those things. So
Right.
how do I prove to them that I never used it? Might be, for example, with information on where things were actually bought and where you were located back then, and saying like I was never there, so how could I purchase those things, right? That's one way.
Right.
But then you're talking about an account that's like literally 4 years old. So now you're talking about them having to redate something that already they probably like sold off. Now, I can tell you what I would do if I were you, right? What I would do is
Mhm.
I would try to work this out, by trying to like dispute it over and over again until I get somewhere, or like do what you're doing, like contacting the general, but
Right.
like that. But would I go as far as to sue to get something off my credit score and like spend money in legal fees and potentially? I probably wouldn't. That's probably not my objective
You
here.
wouldn't?
Because no, I
Uh,
probably wouldn't, because in 3 years it's gonna be like off your record anyways. And unless you're trying to like buy a
right.
home, are you trying to buy a home right now?
No, not right now, but maybe like maybe in like 5 years. But I'm trying to move to a new
Yeah,
apartment, and
yeah,
they check your credit score. So I'm trying to leave this apartment.
yeah. I mean
So
that's very important, but you're also talking to people, right? So it's more about explaining to the if I'm for example a landlord, and you come to me with
mhm.
evidence and you're like, hey, here's my credit score information. However, I do have to explain something. Here's my income. Here are my bills. Here is my credit report currently. But this collections is from 2017. As you can see, I have my social security changed because basically my ID was stolen. Here's the proof of the letter that I actually sent to these people, and I'm trying to basically work this out. It's a conversation, right? And
Right.
then those people either choose to basically have you or not have you. But I'm pretty sure if you have all these documents, somebody out there, a landlord, is gonna be like, okay, I understand. So you have a job? Okay, cool. You make
Mhm.
money? Okay, cool. You don't have that many debt? Okay, cool. Like a credit score is just one part of the equation. Does that make sense?
Right. It
And
does
I,
make sense.
and
Yeah.
if you offer somebody, if you're like, yo, look, just so I can, because I understand this is weird, so I can prove to you something, I'll give you the month deposit and I'll pay you 2-3 months rent. Who
That's a
else is
good
gonna
advice.
offer that, right? Nobody's gonna offer
Right.
them that except you, because you want to show them like, hey, I'm serious about this. And then
Right.
how long have you been in that apartment for currently, the one you're in right now?
I've been here since I was a kid, and in
I see.
2014, my mom actually moved out. So it says she let me and my brother run the apartment now.
Okay, how old are you,
So
Ron?
yeah, I'm about to be 28 in August.
Congratulations. All right. So here, yeah, 20 is like my favorite number ever. It's like the day I was born. Um, Here's what I would do currently if I were you. As far as the credit stuff, that's what I would do. Have a conversation with the landlord when I'm trying to move out. But as far as this debt thing, if I had
Just
twenty
pay it off,
thousand
right?
dollars in cash right now, what would I do? Do you have any credit card debt?
No, I pay it
Personal
off
loan?
every month.
Oh,
I do the same thing you do. Put one small bill in it, a few small bills on it, and pay it off. I
awesome.
don't mess with credit cards like that.
Same here. And you just cut the physical credit cards and you never use them again. That way you maintain a credit score, blah, blah, blah. So
Well, I will
here's,
cut it. I just
I'd cut it.
leave
I
it
would,
in
I
a
would, I would cut it.
binder somewhere.
Just cut it, because now you're somebody comes into your house and now they got a credit card with a
Yeah,
great
you got a point.
with a great limit on them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a part two. So I'll probably just cut them, and that way you like one, you eliminate the risk of it being stolen, and two, you eliminate the risk of you relapsing. All right, and that's not what you
Right.
want. So that's what I would do as far as the credit card. But as far as like my debt, the first thing I would do is basically I would take $1,000, put it on the side, just for emergencies. I would grab the
Oh, I
other
have that
nine.
already.
You already have a full emergency account?
Yep, about 1,200.
Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. So you have $1,200. That's like a little emergency account there. I grab the $20,000 and I say, hey, I'm gonna pay $13,000 of my student loan debt.
Yes, that's
Now I'm
correct.
debt free. I have left, for example, 6,500, something like that. I can bulk up my emergency account fully to 3 to 6 months worth of expenses and use
Yeah.
predictive data. When you move out, how much will you be paying? Save for that. And then you start saving up, for example, for this apartment that you're gonna be renting out, right? So save up the month deposit and potentially 2 3 months rent, so that way when you go to them, you can offer this offer. But don't offer it right off the bat, Ron. You don't want to do that, right? What you want to do is you want to explain to them everything that's going on and say like, hey, look, I've been in this apartment for a very long time. I've never missed a payment. I've changed my social
Mhm.
security number because I was unfortunately hacked after the whole TransUnion thing. And you
Yep.
give them enough information, but you don't give them too much because you don't want to weird them out. Like people that give too much details usually send out wrong vibes. So whenever they ask you a question, you answer it, and you ask them like, and then if they seem iffy and you can kind of tell, right? Then you say, hey, I can potentially make an offer where I can pay the month deposit, the first month rent, and also the second month's rent, and then they'll be interested. If that doesn't get it,
Mhm.
then you can probably just keep comparing and contrasting. Don't get too sucked into one apartment and imagine that that's like the beauty of your life or whatever. It's an apartment. You're just gonna be there for a while. Okay?
Right. Right.
That's what I would
Yeah.
do. Once you have the apartment money, I would start investing into my retirement accounts. That means the Roth. What do you do for work, by the
Right.
way, Ron?
I work for it's a beauty company. Have you heard of them?
No, I haven't. Beauty company?
It's yeah, it's the corporate beauty company. I'm in their mailroom, so
Nice. How much money do you make per month?
um, I say, hold on, um, about 1.9 grand a month.
Okay. All right. What this tells me that you've been very frugal, and a part of you is almost like I've worked so hard to have all this cash and now I'm about to have to spend it on this debt, right?
Yeah, basically.
Don't feel like you're doing the wrong thing. You're not. You're erasing something. You're setting yourself up for success. Now, the big question I'm going to ask you is, right, you've acquired this much student loan debt, which is not that bad at all. It's like a third of the average. What are you trying to do as far as like career wise? You trying to stay there, grow in the company, level up,
No,
so
I'm
on? What are you
trying.
trying to do?
I'm trying to move up to I'm trying to use my experience and move up to the UPS. You ever heard of UPS, right? The brown truck.
Yeah, of
So
course.
they have good benefits. They have good pensions. So I
Mm-hmm.
have like experience delivering stuff. So I'm trying to use that experience and move up so I can
So
have a pension, benefits, healthcare, and all that good stuff.
in your area,
Yeah, in my area.
so why are you trying to move right now?
You know, man, look, me and you are from the Bronx. You know how bad this area is,
Where are you trying to go?
especially around Morris Heights. It's just
You're
terrible.
in Morris
I'm
Heights.
trying to, yeah.
I lived in around Morris Heights, around Burnside. Listen, man, if
Oh
you
wow,
if
really?
if your rent is really not that high, relax. Okay? Like listen, people talk about the Bronx being bad. I've never had an issue. Like unless you're on like around that stuff, you know what I'm saying? The hot stuff, you can get in trouble. Sometimes like you might see certain things, but if you usually minding your business, you going to work, coming back home, you chilling, probably won't ever see like anything pop off. My point is take this time if your rent is low and you live in New York because it's very expensive to go out ahead and get your own apartment. Potentially
Right.
here are the options, right? You can keep this job. You can keep, for example, this not the job. I mean, you can keep this apartment, stay there, but you don't like the area.
Hmm.
That's fine. Your environment is important, but I don't recommend you get your own apartment. I'll probably just rent a room in a nice area where you actually like it, right? Just rent a room, 150 a week. That's the average over there. That's $600 a month, but it's way different than
Right.
paying $1,200 to $1,400 a month for an apartment, and you can't afford that.
Oh, the apartments I'm trying to go in is called Housing Connect. If you heard of them, it goes
Housing.
based on your income.
Interesting, interesting. So listen, man. If you can get an apartment where it's not gonna cost you that much money, at all,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be, for example, I'm guessing you don't get to pick the area, right?
You can pick an area. If on the website. It'll show you like a bunch of apartment buildings that's about to be open,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just apply for the application. And like in like 2 years, they'll probably call you, a year or two.
That's a long time, man. So either way, these are things that are not happen right now. So
Hmm.
my main focus would be I'm gonna be here for a while. If you feel endangered, I don't want you to die. I recommend you rent a room somewhere else. No, I'm serious. 'Cause you never know. So if you feel like in
Right.
danger, something crazy, rent a room somewhere else and you be chilling. But if you don't feel like you just like more like I don't really like this area. I don't really, what I'm saying. If that's what your attitude is, then just stay there and just take it for a few more years. But so $20,000, you're debt free. You have a full blown emergency account, 3 to 6 months, and then the next step is work on the career, on finding a job, like a better job, basically, career wise, not just job for money, but something that makes you at least like $3,000, $4,000 per month.
Right.
Very
Exactly.
important. What ideas do you have?
What ideas I have is once I finally get to where I want to be, which is UPS or the
Oh yeah,
postal service,
UPS. When,
whatever.
when did you apply?
Um, it's right now there's no drivers position available for the site where I want to be. But I just have to wait a little bit longer because I heard a lot of people are going to retire from that site anyway. So I'm gonna just wait until like
Would you be willing
winter
to
time
move?
to follow up. Oh yeah, yeah.
Apply
And
other
I'm
sites too.
also interested in real estate as well. So once I get to the UPS or whatever, I'll use that income to save money for to start real estate.
Great conversation. I'll,
And
I'll have I'll have it with you right now. But here's one thing. If UPS in your current area is not currently hiring, right? I don't a lot of
Mhm.
your plans surrounding your life are based on other people and having to wait. Apartment is you waiting 2 years. UPS is you waiting. You don't
Mhm.
know when this is gonna happen. I want you to eliminate that mindset. So if you have other sites, for example, even if they're like outside of the Bronx, or for example
Oh
in
yeah, yeah, definitely
Jersey,
Manhattan
or even in
or
Jersey,
Queens,
or even
even
Jersey,
Jersey.
yeah,
Right.
consider applying over there because either way, you're not married to this area. You literally hate it. You don't like being there. So that gives you a great. I didn't like it either, honestly. But since you don't really like it that much, you have the possibility of just moving out and going somewhere else. If you can work that job either in New Jersey where it's like a little bit more calm or whatever, or any of that stuff, apply over there in those areas, right? And just try to get. I don't want you waiting a year or 2 years to get an upgrade on your job. You need to make this happen ASAP. You're still applying to
Right.
UPS in every area, but you're trying to get your income up now. Once the income is
Right.
up, it's very important you start saving up, for example, invest in 10 to 20% into your retirement accounts. That means if they offer you a 401k and they offer you a match, take advantage of the match. Invest the money into the Roth 401k if they offer that. You put money into that, they give you the match, great. Get the max match. The rest of your money that you have left, you can put that into your Roth IRA. If you have even more money left over, you can just put it into your Roth 401k and then basically try to max it out potentially. But it's very hard to max it out because it's like 19,500, and then the Roth IRA is like
Hmm.
$6,000. You're almost investing like 25,000. That's very hard, right?
Right.
So just if you pick like 10%, 20%, you put that in there with that order, get the max match, then the Roth IRA max it out, and if you have money left over, then you can put that into, for example, into your 401k. Once you're doing that,
Mm.
keep your expenses low, stay out of debt, of course, and then the rest of the money you start saving up for a home. Now, the thing is, New York is ridiculous, man. four hundred thousand
Oh no,
dollars,
I'm
single
not doing
family
real estate
home.
in New York. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about real estate as far as like real estate and rental properties. I'm talking about just like your own property, because that's what I do.
Oh,
Like
okay.
my plan is at least right to buy my first property, take care of myself first, and then once that's paid off and I can say like, okay, I'm fine, then I go ahead and I can do like rental properties. But I don't want to operate from a place of I have rental properties here and there. I make cash. Because by the way, when the thing is when you do real estate, you might make, for example, a cash and cash return of like 8% on your money, 12% of your money, maybe 15% of your money, but that translates into maybe like $200, $300 per month. Now you have $300 per month in income, but you also have $40,000 in debt.
Right.
So there's that like equivalent thing. So that's why I'd rather take care of myself first. You buy your first property, you pay it off. So then consider, like, if I live in Jersey, am I better off? If I live in New York, then maybe you're not going to be buying for a while, honestly. Because a lot of the math in New York says you can basically rent for 11 years and it's still cheaper to rent than basically than own.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you got to consider, like, do I want to stay in New York, or Michigan is there, Florida is there?
I work in New York. I like to stay to work in New York, but I wouldn't live in New York.
You want
to? You see, we get a lot for UPS. They get a lot of overtime in New York than New Jersey. Because I used to work for them. I used to be behind the scenes, so that's how I know.
Okay.
Oh.
But here's the thing, right? It's all about quality of life. You work in New York, you have state taxes, you have local taxes, and then you also have the federal taxes, right? You get taxed from every outlook. Then you have, for example, well, I get my health benefits here. Well, why not just get an HSA account and get a high deductible health plan? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of ways to kind of like, I don't want you to trap yourself with these little gimmicks to throw over your head. You feel me? Because it's kind of like, if I can go to Florida, I take a pay cut, but I can get financially free faster and also live, for example, a better quality of life. Maybe I don't have the same benefits, but I can still hack that. Then what's the big problem here? More money doesn't always equal, for example, to a better lifestyle, because in reality, and by the way, what happens, for example, when you get that apartment and then you raise your income?
Oh, man.
You thought about that?
They're going to raise my income. No, I did not thought about that.
you got all these plans, bro. I'm telling you, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So these are all things you got to consider, man. Honestly, what I would be doing if I were you is just like, I put my head down, start looking for a job that pays me a good amount of money, save up, and then decide, like, am I going to stay here or am I not going to stay here? If I'm going to stay here, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to work it out. But if I'm not going to stay here, I start to look. And once I have a job locked in over there or get transferred or whatever it is, I get transferred there. But I already have a healthy savings. So now I can transfer over there, stay there for a year, and then buy a property. Florida, you can buy a property like $200,000, right? $200,000, you buy a property. Oh, yeah. You put down 20%, that's $40,000. 8-10 years, you do the math correctly, then you're done with this property by paying extra towards it. And then
I like Florida, but those hurricanes. Oh,
I live in Puerto Rico now. It's all fake news, man. You live in New York. Everyone that's not from there says, snowstorm are crazy, and you live there. Like, they're not crazy at all. You live in Florida. People don't live in Florida. Oh, but the hurricanes, and people that are in Florida are like, it's not really that bad. And then Puerto Rico, oh, you had the whole Maria thing. That was once in like 100 years. You know what I mean? So it's don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, don't make your decision based on that at all, man. Yeah. Oh, California, the earthquakes, and then you have like a whole population of people over there that are just fine every day.
Yeah.
So don't believe that. Just do your research overall. If you do decide like Florida, then do your research. Where am I gonna stay? What jobs can I get over there? Can I get transferred? If I don't get transferred, if I do get a job over there, what's going to be the pay difference? Because obviously there will be a pay difference, but there's also a massive cost of living difference over there also, right? So you have to weigh.
They don't pay state taxes in Florida.
They don't pay state taxes, but the rent is also cheaper. You feel me? So the food is also cheaper. So that means like I might get paid less, but I still get, it's like the same thing. You know, it just averages out. It's like if you work for like a big company, like a tech company like Google, if you work in California or New York, you get paid more. If you work in Florida, you get paid less. Why? Because the cost of living is basically less over there. So it's basically adjusted based on states. So what that means is that although you get paid more in one state, you also have more expenses. So they adjust it like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So don't just base the income as the only factor, because it's not.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Yeah, that was good advice, man.
All right, man. Hopefully it helped you, man. Any more questions, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I guess I'll just pay off the student loan debt.
Yeah, send me a picture or something, man, or tag me when you pay it off, man. Because I'm having the same dilemma as you, honestly. I have the money set aside to pay the student loan debt. I owe more than you. I owe like around $21,000. I have the money set aside, and I'm like, do I wait until September until they, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they do something, or maybe they don't do something, or they just pay it off right now. And I'm in the same boat as you are, and I'm just gonna pay it off and just call it a day.
Yeah,
Like,
because the interest rates comes back in September 10th.
Yeah,
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna pay it off by September 3rd. That's my goal. Pay it off by September 3rd.
Exactly. That's the thing to kind of like weigh out. Are they gonna like extend it? Are they not gonna extend it? The good thing is that you have the cash now to pay it off. You know, if you didn't have the cash, I would highly recommend pay because it's better that you pay while there's no interest than you pay when there is interest. This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're in a good position. That's the good thing. Just don't spend the money. Have that money separate in a separate account, like in the wealth front account that's completely separate. So that way you don't get like, I need a vacation. I work too hard and then money's gone. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're very frugal, so I don't think that's going to happen. But just make sure you don't spend the money on anything stupid.
Oh, I'm very cheap. I'm a cheap person.
Frugal is the word, brother. Frugal is the word, not cheap. Okay? If you want to be cheap, you need to watch that show on TLC. It's called Extreme Cheapsteaks. You don't want to be cheap, okay? You want to be frugal. There's a difference, you heard?
Yeah, man. So where can I send you the proof?
Oh, you could just
to pay it off.
Yeah, you could just send me you could just text me on this number, or you can just give me another call. You can schedule another call when you're ready and just be like, yo, Tommy, guess what I did? And I'm like, what you did? And you're like, I spent student loan. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so you can just these calls, they're free, but they're not a one-time thing. You can schedule a call as often as you need to. Like as long as you have something to talk about, you know, that's the whole goal. Yeah, you're solid. Welcome to the long-term team, man. You're doing great so far. Don't overthink it, but don't be in a hurry, but don't be impatient. There's a difference, okay? But don't be too patient. That's a problem. All right?
All right.
All right, brother. See you next time.
Perfect. Oh, wait, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember that I said the name of the company I work for? Can you blur that out?
All right, Danny, blur the name of the company out so that way he doesn't get fired by tomorrow. All right?
Yeah, basically.
When they hear Ron New York Morris, you can't get away, man. It's over.
Yeah.
All right, man. Don't worry about it.
Watching, really.
Yeah, bro. You're good. I'll let him know to blur it out, okay?
All right, man. Thank you. Very appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, man. Peace out. All right. All right, guys. So that right there was Ron. And wow. To save $20,000 on a $1,900 a month income is amazing. And people say, I can't save any money. It's impossible. In New York, look at that. New York, one of the most expensive places, right? And, you know, a lot of the times we rush things. You know, why do you want to move out? I don't really know. I really like this area. Why do you need to move out? Oh, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You're making all these decisions, but they don't really apply to you right now. Or my credit score, I need to sue them. You know, what does it have to do with your student loan debt? Nothing to do with your student loan debt. You know what I mean? They just don't have anything to do with each other. And then, I don't want to move out because New York pays more money, but it's also more expensive. So it kind of like levels out. It's like basically, if I pay you $4,000 a month, but your rent is $2,000 per month, or I paid you $2,000 per month and your rent is $500. Which one is better, right? 2,000, right? Because usually your cost of living is going to be a lot lower. So there, you want to make more money, obviously, but it's not just about the income. That's the point. You want to weigh things out. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and thanks for the call, Ron. Really appreciate it. So if you guys want to join me on my next call, feel free to do so. Link is down below, and basically click that link down below to join me on my next call and schedule a call today, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys want to basically support the channel, well, like and basically subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Also, if you want to DM me on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. If you want to watch more content like this, here's more videos right here. And click my face right here. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace.